All right, guys, welcome back to another video. It's your man Jay. Well, here it is. Here's my Galaxy S26 Ultra in all its glory. This sky blue is absolutely phenomenal in person. I went and saw it at Best Buy. I gave you guys a sneak peek of it, but having it in my hand here and having this phone just it's so beautiful in person. Now, beauty aside, let me go ahead and share my pricing once again. There's links in the description. If you want to go through Samsung, there's a link down there and it's labeled like how link. That's going to take you to Samsung. And then I believe I have an Amazon link down there as well. But how I got my phone for 50% off, I've been telling you this since day one, even before I ordered, it's $650 for a 512 gig. That is what Google Fi had this at. And this is where I typically buy phones when I don't want to do trade-ins. This required no trade-in. Here is my S25 Ultra, which I did not have to trade in. And if you don't have Google Fi, this is a great time for you to sign up. I think with new customers at Google Fi, you have to pay, you get a credit monthly. I'm not sure how it works. But since I've been a customer since Project Fi, and I was also one of their beta testers before it hit the public, I've had that account so long, I can just buy the phone at the cost and then just pay for it. I don't have to pay monthly if I don't want to, and I choose not to pay monthly. So I paid $649.99 for this phone. After taxes, it came to $703 and like 12 cents. Can't be any more transparent than that. And I don't get any credit or anything from Google Fi, and they're not sponsoring me or anything like that. I just love Google Fi, not because of the pricing of the phones and discounts, but because the service is actually really good still. So if you want to get this phone at 50% off during the pre-order time, I don't know what it's going to be after the pre-order time. This phone came on March 10th, and the phone, I guess, officially doesn't launch until the 11th or something like that. But I've been playing with this all day, and I wanted to go ahead and give you some first impressions on it. So hit the link in the description for the Google Fi if you want to try to get it for 50% off or bill credits or whatever. And they also have the terabyte. They have all options, just 50% off. I just chose the 512 because I know that I'm paying outright for the phone, and I just want to get the best comfortable deal for me without doing any trade in. The 1 terabyte, I think, is $900 or something like that. So that's still a really good deal. But the phone itself, okay, this isn't, and I knew this going in. I knew this going in. This is not going to be a video about me ranting about the phone, what the phone doesn't have or what it can't do. We've already discussed it in previous videos. I've made a couple of videos discussing this phone, but I'm a believer in just getting my hands on it and using it. And I'll do a side-by-side comparison of these at some point, but it's really not much to software to compare. The one thing about this phone that I think is, I call it a gimmick originally. And to me, well, I guess I don't know if I said it was a gimmick. I just said pretty much you can get a tempered glass, privacy glass like I typically do. But I did find one advantage from using this instead of using a actual tempered glass or privacy glass like I typically would do. Now I do still do plan on putting a tempered glass on this phone. That's neither here nor there because I like to have as much protection on the front of the phone as I can because I don't typically wear cases. But the privacy feature that I think really suits me the most is being able to select certain applications to have it actually come on its own. So when I open those applications, it'll turn on the privacy glass. When I close those applications, it'll turn off the privacy glass. Now, to me, that's beneficial because I don't have anything on my phone. Like, I mean, like banking apps, my web browser, I have it set for my music, just certain things for me because I don't have really anything to hide. I just like to use the privacy glasses that I use. I'm so used to using them, and the matte tempered privacy glasses are really nice. I like matte screen protectors, so I probably will invest in a matte screen protector for this. But having that one ability to have it come on when I open certain apps, I think that's pretty cool. As much as I ragged on this feature, like it's still not something that I'm just so, oh my God, privacy glass. I get it. Some of you guys are really excited about it, but I am man enough to come back and say, hey, you know what? After using it, I do see some potential here. So the fact that it's built into the phone and everything, that's cool. Now, obviously, like I just said, I will not be having this feature turned on all the time because what in fact it does, it lowers your resolution on your phone. And I did a little research and I started to dig deeper. And, you know, Samsung's not really just going to come out and say, oh, we're taking away resolution when you turn this feature on. But can you really see it that close? You really can't probably. But I will not be leaving the feature on at all, hardly, unless I'm opening up one of those applications. This screen is way too beautiful for me to have it with that feature on all the time, knowing that I'm losing resolution. And I probably wouldn't be able to tell too much that I'm losing a lot of resolution, but it's going to be enough more than likely with long use. And then if I'm using something else that doesn't have this feature and I put a screen protector on it, I can probably tell the difference. I can't say for sure, but the best thing about it is that I am really excited to finally get it in and just kind of give a once over. There was no need to do an unboxing because there's nothing in the box. So I'm not ragging on people who decide to post an unboxing, but there's nothing in the box, folks, but a cable and the phone itself. So look for a lot of case reviews. I already showed you my case that I'll probably be using full time with this, full time meaning when I leave the house, because again, I do not like to use cases. I think this is a cool phone, and I'm pretty excited to try something with Samsung. You know, just to kind of give Samsung a chance again. I don't know. I really hoped that they would do something different and make this phone about like the thinness and thickness of my S25 Edge. Some of you guys keep saying, oh, don't do thin. All I can say to you is that this phone is in fact very nice, but it's still like thickness wise, it's pretty much right in line with the S25 Ultra. It's built a little different because the cases don't fit these phones. So, you know, when you have these phones side by side, I can see that the S25 Ultra is still a little more boxy, and the S26 Ultra takes on that a little bit more roundedness as the S25 Edge. So they're getting there. I still want an ultra thin version with a 6.9-inch display like this. I still want all of that. And I'm hoping that one day they will do it. Other than that privacy feature, folks, we still have the S Pen. And I like that the S Pen is just it's got like a little different color on it or whatever. It's cool and everything, but I just don't see. And one other thing here, the S Pen only goes in one way. It has like a slant on it, and you can't put it in the other way. And then when I get the S25 Ultra, it can go in either way. So let's take a look at the S Pens here. That's something that you need to take note of. Because remember that one time with the S Pen years ago, these S Pen tips are different. The S25 has a flat tip and the S26 Ultra has a curved slanted tip. So you can only put this in one way. So I hope that people don't try to jam it in there. Just remember button facing up. That's how you'll know that you're putting in right with your button facing up. But unlike with the S25 Ultra, you can put it in either way. You can have the button facing down and it'll still go right in. So pretty excited to bring you some coverage on this. I don't anticipate giving you like this amazing changes because I just told you pretty much what it is. The differences with the cameras as well. The cameras have different apertures on them, and you know, I'll test that out. I was gonna record this with a video with them, but I kind of wanted to show you the phone more. And I'm actually using my Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 7 to record this content, obviously with the famous DJI Mic Mini, which I love. But yeah, this will be interesting. I hope you guys enjoyed first impressions. Jay, what are your first impressions? My first impressions are this hardware is very nice. I really like it a lot. And the privacy feature where you get to just have it come on for certain apps, that's going to be really nice. I'll go ahead and I didn't do a backup with this phone either. I just decided to go ahead and just do a fresh install, new device, and I just installed these apps and I signed into them. And I don't have very many apps on here at all, as you can see. Like there's nothing on here yet. I will be loading it up though. Sometimes I just do this. I just do a fresh install, and I think you should too, just to make sure that everything is good on your phone. So like I said, I've been playing with this since earlier today, and I want to really get a little bit of hands-on time with it, just to be sure that, you know, I think I'm going to like it. And for the price, this is why price doesn't dictate whether I like a phone or not, but the price is important. So being as though I had no trade-ins, I didn't have to do a trade-in, and I still get to keep this phone. Then I can turn around and sell this phone for $750 to $900, or sell it to whoever, and then use those. It's definitely selling to places like Best Buy. I can go in there and buy a MacBook Neo just to review it, because I am intrigued by that laptop. But you know, I already have my blue 15-inch MacBook. All these blues are so different. I have the blue 15-inch MacBook Air, which I absolutely love. And I know there's an M5 version of that out, but I don't really need to switch, I think. But the blue, this is a beautiful phone here. And this blue is way more beautiful in person than I thought it was going to be. It's definitely bluer than what Apple does their blues with. They have like those faint versions of blue, like my Air. Let me show you my Air. Next to my Air, you're gonna be like, that's not blue. It's just these little hints. Like both of these are supposed to be blue phones. What do you think? I don't know, man. I don't see blue in that much at all. So, I'm going to get out of here. I want to give you a first impressions. If you got your phone already, some of you guys got your phone yesterday. Some of you guys are getting your phone tomorrow at the recording of this video. Just today is March 10th, by the way. So whether I upload this on March 10th, I don't know. But what I can say is that I'm impressed with the hardware. It's not a big change. I wish they would have done more, but I knew that going into it. I do like the island, the camera island, because it mimics, it's in line with my S25 Edge. The camera island, you just get 3. But this is how thin it is. This is what we're dealing with, folks. The S25 Edge is narrower and it's much thinner, like a lot thinner. And in hand, I would love, this is 6.5, this is 6.9. I would love to see them bring out a large phone like this in this thin form factor. I would just love that. I don't care what anybody says. I would love that. And you know, I know you guys say, oh, Jay, let the thin phone thing go away. Plenty of people are in love or really enjoy thin phones. And I think that once they make the trip, the switch to their Ultra lineup being a little bit more thinner and not so bulky and heavy, because these are big screen, feels like a 7-inch display. Once they do that, I think we got a true winner on our hands. So I will follow up again with my content on the Galaxy S26 Ultra. And we'll dig in a little bit more. I'll demo the cameras like I always do, and I'll talk about the software, and I'll talk about the battery life, and so on and so on. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.